Shalom again from Israel's Western Galilee, where it's nearly 2 a.m. and I have concluded the final day of the Solidarity mission with our partnership community. I look forward to sharing more with you about this experience in the coming weeks. Right now, I want to share with you highlights from the day and what we can expect going forward. We started our day at the elementary school on Moshav Regba, part of Mate Asher. The school is in a beautiful setting with playgrounds and gardens and seemingly every outdoor space. Art fills the walls both inside and outside, and it's extra crowded right now with 60 additional students from schools in evacuated communities now attending this school. The children were certainly not oblivious to the situation, but school is now proceeding as normal as it possibly can given circumstances. Other schools in the area, not so lucky, with at least one example of a single campus being used for two schools, each with half-day shifts. After enjoying a musical performance from the children, we toured the campus. On the outskirts of a small, beautiful play space stood something quite out of place on American campuses, the foreboding entrance to an underground mamad. That's a Hebrew word one learns quickly these days, bomb shelter. Our group then collaborated with students on a simple art project, coloring and cutting out paper butterflies to attach to a stick for an upcoming installation. I chit-chatted with the student next to me, Erez, asking him his favorite sport. I assumed soccer would be the answer. Instead, he said volleyball. I told him that Grandview College in Des Moines has a star player from Israel, in fact from the Mate Asher region, Daniel Galili. Erez lit up, exclaiming, "I know him! He was my coach at a volleyball camp last summer." What a small world we live in. We then traveled to Akko to visit a program called the Equalizer. This program brings together Jewish and Arab children from Akko and other mixed communities to play soccer and basketball during normal times. They learn teamwork and other life skills, commit to being good students, and the biggest trophy at their tournaments goes to the team that plays the most fair. The director said that if they told participating families that the goal of the program is to build peace, the parents would balk. But because it's presented as sports, they sign up immediately. The outcomes are pretty amazing. During the last 5 months, they have continued their programs, even as 35% of the staff were called into reserve duty. They've even conducted tournaments for evacuated kids, with each hotel forming a team. The most recent tournament of evacuated communities had 42 teams and 600 kids, complete with equipment and coaching provided by the Equalizer. This is one of many organizations doing truly inspiring work in the region. Moving on to the Western Galilee College in Akko, a place whose student body reflects the religious and cultural diversity of the region. In fact, the college teaches a required multicultural course which includes interactive sessions where students present what they learn about the cultures and religions of their classmates. An emphasis is played on making Muslim students feel part of the academic community in full, which has positive impacts not just on campus life, but within their own family units at home. It's also led to a mostly quiet campus where students continue to learn despite the national issues, because they are friends and they know each other. We learned that 400 students were called up to serve in the war. In response, the school opened a parallel program for soldiers where they returned from service, receiving accelerated one-on-one educational programs. Many classes are on Zoom right now because they have thousands of students and only space for 750 in their bomb shelters across campus. This college has been the fastest growing in Israel in the last 5 years, with a focus on mid-level management training, business programs, criminology education, and more. And I'm now proud to announce that our federation will bring a delegation from the college, including faculty and the university president, to Des Moines in September. As that date approaches, we will share details about how you can participate through attending programs and even hosting our visitors in your home. The rest of the program took place at Kibbutz Kabri, site of another recent Hezbollah rocket attack. There we heard from the Eastern and Western Galilee Resilience Centers. This organization is focusing their attention on mental health and stress reduction for families in the north. A striking fact, Israel has seen a 35% increase in heart attacks since October 7th. The finale of our program was delicious thanks to an Israeli hero of the 80s who is now focused on feeding soldiers at Kibbutz Kabri. Did you happen to catch the Netflix-produced film The Red Sea Diving Resort several years ago? It's based on a Mossad operation in the early 80s that played a role in rescuing Jewish Ethiopian refugees in Sudan. Gidi Shapira, one of the Mossad agent diving instructors, lives on the kibbutz, and since October 8th has been providing hundreds of free meals to soldiers each day. He cooked for us, and I can assure you that the soldiers eating his food are eating well. The last 2 days I've told you how Israel's north, including our partnership region, is already facing war and is preparing for something much worse. As their partners, our 17 community consortium must also be prepared for when that day comes. And we also must be there for them in the days and years after. For those of us who do not live in Israel, this is a tangible way to express our deeply held Zionism. It's also the right thing to do. We run to our friends in need, not away. I was our community's emissary this week. You will have opportunities in the future to travel, to contribute, to participate, to host. These are not simply good people living in our national homeland. They are our family. Kol Yisrael Arvim Zeh Bazeh. All of Israel are responsible for one another. I'll see you back in Des Moines, where we will have opportunities to discuss this more in person soon. Shalom.